Find a way to leverage your visual memory. You'll be astounded by how much more this will enable you to remember. For example, imagine you're at a party and are introduced to 5 people in quick succession. How can you quickly memorize their names? Pick out a single defining visual characteristic of each person and connect it to a visual representation of their name, preferably through an action of some kind. For example, you can remember Mike, who has large ears, by creating a mental picture of a microphone, a mic, clearing those big ears of wax. Create a mental memory tree. If you're trying to memorize a large number of facts, find a way to relate them in your mind visually with a memory tree. Construct big branches first, then leaves. Branches and leaves should carry labels that are personally meaningful to you in some way, and the organization of the facts, leaves, should be logical. It's been well recognized since the 1950s we remember bits of information better if we chunk them. For example, it's easier to remember 467,890 as 467 and 890 than as 6 individual digits. Write out the items to be memorized over and over and over. Among other things, this is how I learned the names of bacteria, what infections they cause, and what antibiotics treat them. Writing out facts in lists improves recall if you make yourself learn the lists actively instead of passively. In other words, don't just copy the list of facts you're trying to learn, but actively recall each item you wish to learn and then write it down again and again and again. In doing this, you are, in effect, teaching yourself what you're trying to learn, and as all teachers know, when reading for retention, summarize each paragraph in the margin. This requires you to think about what you're reading, recycle it, and teach it to yourself again. Even take the concepts you're learning and reason forward with them. Apply them to imagined novel situations, which creates more neural connections to reinforce the memory. Get adequate sleep to consolidate and retain memories. Not just at night after you've studied, but the day before your study as well. Far better to do this than to stay up cramming all night for an exam.